In 2024, the share of job seekers using generative AI increased to more than 50%, according to ZipRecruiter's Julia Pollock, who says they're using these tools to
draft a resume, to draft a cover letter, to research different career options, to prepare for job interviews.
Through these tools, applicants are able to apply to more jobs. So for employers,
it's causing them to have to comb through more resumes.
Thomas Vick with talent firm Robert Half fills jobs in technology and says because it's much easier for candidates to tailor a resume with AI, for employers,
it's requiring some more work on their end because they're getting more applications that maybe look more relevant than they have in the past.
Candidates can look more qualified than they actually are. And it's not just tech jobs seeing more AI-assisted applications. Doug Carr is president of staffing company Force Solutions.
Even, like a pipe fitter or a bull rigger or a concrete craftsman, they're all pretty up to speed on the technology, and that's how they're using AI as well as a candidate to find jobs. And then the construction companies are using AI to find the candidates to match them up.
But the U.S. job market is softening, and the AI-ification of the career marketplace can make it even more daunting for college grads trying to differentiate themselves. Sean McGowan with Carnegie Mellon University's Career Center says they've emphasized soft skills with students.
Here's the thing. You can still use AI to help build lists. You can still help AI to streamline your process. But who in your network, your family and friends, who do you know that you can talk to? Who in your groups, your student organizations that you can connect with?
He says in an increasingly AI-driven world, the human element is even more important. I'm Elizabeth Troval for Marketplace.
Sales of personal computers are rebounding after a late pandemic slump with AI tools embedded in many. PCs with AI were 14% of global sales in the spring quarter, according to new data from the research firm Canalys. Marketplace's Megan McCarty-Carino has that.
AI PCs are typically equipped with neural processing units. These powerful chips make for faster, more efficient computers and can run artificial intelligence tasks right on the device. That's different than online tools like ChatGPT, which process data in the cloud and leave it less secure in the process. The leader in AI PCs was Apple, accounting for 60% of sales with its M series Macs. The company is set to roll out a slew of AI features called Apple Intelligence later this year. Meanwhile, Microsoft launched its Copilot Plus Windows PCs in May with features like live translation and image generation. But the bells and whistles don't come cheap. The report shows AI PCs driving growth in premium products above $800. I'm Megan McCarty-Carino for Marketplace.
Markets, the S&P closed up 1.7% yesterday. The Nasdaq went up 2.4%. The Dow closed up more than 400 points, 1%. But this morning, S&P and Nasdaq futures are each up by less than 0.1%. The M&M's and Snickers company will buy Cheez-Its and Pringles, that outfit, for $36 billion. The purchase of Kellanova comes at a time shoppers on a budget have been turning to off-brand processed sugary or salty offerings. What's Kellanova? It's a business hived off from Kellogg's less than a year ago. The buyer, Mars, is family-owned.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Amazon Business, aiming to help save time by offering smart business buying solutions so there's more time to focus on growing the business and less time doing the admin. More at AmazonBusiness.com. And by Schwab. Schwab offers investors choices like full-service wealth management, self-directed investing options, and trading on Thinkorswim. More at Schwab.com.
Some people unable to get a traditional mortgage can turn to another way to acquire a home. It's called a contract for deed, where you pay the seller over time, but the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau sees too many of these deals as predatory and is forcing changes. Marketplace's Nova Safo is here with details.
Yeah, the CFPB is cracking down on sellers that engage in multiple contract for deed transactions. Now, these are when the seller retains ownership of a property until the buyer makes all scheduled payments. And if buyers fail, the seller just takes the property back. No foreclosure process. Now, this can be very risky for buyers. The CFPB's director, Rohit Chopra, was at a hearing yesterday in Minnesota, where the state's Somali immigrant community has been particularly targeted.
Contracts for deed have been marketed as interest-free alternatives to mainstream mortgage loans that may violate certain religious beliefs. But in reality, they may just be mortgage loans in disguise. The loans can come with inflated home prices, high interest rates, and tricks to increase the odds of foreclosure just so that the seller can start this cycle all over again.
And one of the risks with these contracts, David, the burden of home repairs can fall on buyers. And if they don't make those repairs, they can lose their homes.
What levers do federal consumer regulators have at their disposal?
Well, what they're saying is that they're going to make it clear that essentially they're going to treat these contracts just like mortgages. Same laws apply. That means sellers will have to make sure that buyers can actually afford the loans they're taking out. They have to provide informative and accurate disclosures of things such as payment schedules and limit balloon payments.
This year, I reported on a video game that explores housing justice issues like Contracts for Deeds. It's part of our Skin in the Game series. You can search Contract for Deed at marketplace.org for that. I'm David Brancaccio with our morning report. From APM, American Public Media.